Yay. Hey, my beloved INM viewers. You know, sometimes I'm right here, sitting here in INM stores in St. Martin, talking to my boss, see what else we can do concerning the program to bring nice things for you. And you know what? Sometimes the nice things walk up to ourselves here in the stores. And right now, I got here Mr. Leon Bozo with me. Leon, welcome into our show.
Hey, it's a pleasure, man. Appreciate it. Pleasure.
No, pleasure is all mine for finally to sit down with you. You're a legend here in this island. We know that, and we heard good things about you lately again. Last year. So tell us first, where is your name? Your last name comes from? Because it's very peculiar to me, Bozo.
Well, my last name actually comes from my stepdad. He's British. Comes from the British island of Nevis, but I was originally born here in St. Martin, and the name carry on, and there's quite a lot of us Bozoos here now in St. Martin, but I still am originally St. Martin.
Okay. Now, everybody knows you love bodybuilding, but besides bodybuilding, what else do you do?
Well, besides bodybuilding, I grew up playing baseball. From when I was little league, I played baseball. I was very good in it. I was a first baseman, and I traveled when I was in little league. That's ages 9 to 12, and from there, the level of baseball really wasn't really on a top level in St. Martin, so coming up to the higher leagues, so I went into softball, which keeps the baseball sport more inactive. Softball became on a higher level than the baseball, so it's more like fun, and you get a lot of people come out and watch you too. So I entered into the softball, but the bodybuilding came in when I took my inspiration from my uncles. They competed a long time ago when bodybuilding used to be on a real high level in St. Martin. Now it's picked back up now, but back in those days, I used to go and watch my uncle competed.
And who's your uncle?
My uncle, his name is James Williams. I actually had two uncles, James Williams and Austin Williams. They competed for St. Martin back in I would say between 80 and 90, the 80s and the 90s. And they competed at a good level, and they went to the CAC as well, and the CSD level, but they never really topped the first place into the CAC, but there was someone to reckon with, and always represented St. Martin.
And when did you start working out exactly, and why the switch from softball to bodybuilding?
Well, I always used to, and I still am, a very small figured bone person, and I always believe that if I go into the bodybuilding sport, I will put some more size on my frame. So I always used to watching my uncles and said, I wish I could look like that, put some more size on my frame, and the only way I can do it is doing bodybuilding. So I didn't study being bodybuilding first. I studied probably just getting into the gym and putting more size on my body, and I did that. And when I did that, I had a trainer that used to train with me. If I could remember, his name is Johnny. Yeah, Johnny. His name is Johnny. He used to be at our old gym that they used to had across by CAC's, where they used to had the CAC shopping center. And he used to always say, listen, you're a small frame, small person, but the only thing you can build is muscle. So a good thing would be for you is to get into a bodybuilding competition. I like bodybuilding competition. Those big guys are gonna blow me out. But I didn't understand that there were different weight classes at that time. I just figure a bodybuilder has to be a big monster. You know? Where I got to learn the sport and realize that bodybuilders goes in different weight classes.
And what is your weight class?
Well, my weight class back then, I started off as a lightweight because I started in the gym real light. I was 135 pounds lightweight, but I only stayed in the lightweight 1 year. Why? Is because I was always a tall person, so lightweight wasn't my weight. I seems to gain a little muscle size. I step right up to the light middle. I get into the light middle and I kind of stay there for some time because you know, you're a beginner and you didn't know that much about the sport, so you try to stay as natural as possible. And of course, it was tough working around my work and also trying to stick with the bodybuilding game at the same time. And I still was playing softball, so I was very active. I was very active, moving around, and I also used to work 2 jobs at that time.
Man.
So it takes a lot off of you, and if you want to go further into the bodybuilding sport, I only started getting really serious, I would say about 6 years ago, that I say, listen, if I want to do this, I got to do this in a different form. So I decided then to put more effort into the bodybuilding and said, listen, I got to step this up because I'm a show guy. When I step on the stage, I am always getting best posing or something like that, and people like to see the performance. So indeed. I said it's given me a little bit more attention than the softball and the baseball. I said, let me get more serious
into the
bodybuilding. Yes.
Now, give us a little review about last year, your performance in the bodybuilding.
Well,
how did it all start?
Last year was I would say my best year. Why? I've aged. I've get more discipline. I've found a good training and eating method, and that's all through incredible nutrition, I must say. After I started the year, I said actually last year I decided that I wouldn't play any more softball and I would definitely stick into the bodybuilding stage, due to the fact from 2 years before I realized that I found a weight class that I could dominate within the international bodybuilding arena. Because competing here in St. Martin is all good and everything, but your competition is just to a certain level. You want to test yourself.
Test yourself, indeed.
In the international level where you have 20, 30 countries that you're competing against. So that's why I decided, listen, if I want to do that, and I know I can, I'm going to have to step and make a decision and decide what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to stick to softball or go into the bodybuilding. And I decided that last year, and coming down to our local show, which we normally keep in August, I met with Incredible Nutrition and Antonio, which I appreciate a lot. And he told me, listen, your potential is there, but you're lacking something.
You're lacking incredible nutrition.
That's you know, and even though you know it deep down inside, you know, after trying it, and I was always open for new stuff, to try new stuff, to see if I can get on another level, because going to the international level, and I've been to CAC 4 times before, and I see the level of some of the guys, and especially guys that is coming from Curacao, because those guys are always our competitors, you know, guys from Curacao, and I love those guys. I love the enthusiasm and the determination that they put into the sport. I always love that, and I said definitely I'm going to step up my game, and last year I did. Yes.
That's good. That's good. So what happened last year in CAC?
Last year in CAC, I came out first, and that was in the classic class. I studied a classic class 2 years ago when I competed in my weight class at light middle. I noticed because of my height and my structure of body that the classic class was a class for me.
I see.
And last year, from the beginning of last year, I said, listen, you know what? I'm gonna conquer that class. I told my president over on the front side, Mr. Francois Cardi, I told him, listen, the classic class is for me this year.
You see, that's the thing about bodybuilding. You need to find what works for you. You need to find where your body fits the best, what supplements to use, what food plan to take, you know, all those things. Along the years as you go, it works for you, and you find out that you have to do certain sacrifice to achieve that goal that you're always looking for,
that's
right?
True. That's true. And like you say, that's why I know that's what I wanted to go to. And then after training and competing here for that show that we had, the local show, my aim and my determination wasn't really for the local show, but I competed at how I was at. And I spoke to incredible nutrition, Mr. Antonio, and he told me, listen, not gonna break down all of your size yet for the local show, but we're aiming for the CAC.
Very important.
CAC was my target, and from the beginning of the year. So what we did, I came in third. I didn't feel in the local show. I didn't feel bad. I came in third, but my aim was the CAC. I was ready, in top shape, and the CAC, I did it. I came out first place.
I mean, from third to first place, that's a big gap.
Yep, it is.
That's a big gap, and not only it was a local competition and an international competition, meaning that you've beat a lot of people again internationally to be in top 6, and then again, you take the first place in that classic.
Yes. And within 6 weeks, only 6 weeks.
So now you know that your body has a super big potential.
That's right. That's right. And it all comes down to your nutrition, your eating, your sleeping, and your determination to want to do it.
You know, few people realize these little key things that you just mentioned. Now we are up in 2014 right now. What can you expect from Mr. Leon Boozoo?
Well, I know there's a lot of people that's looking out for me to come back strong again, because you know you only could get better. Knowing what I did, knowing being the experienced person that I am, and knowing what to do, you can expect a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna say everything, but you can expect a lot.
I see.
Definitely.
Now, the CAC will be held this year. Where?
Here in St. Martin.
In St. Martin, which means it's on your playground.
That's correct, and that means I have home court advantage. So anybody that comes to St. Martin gonna have to come good, trust me.
You heard him yourself, Mr. Leon the Lion Boozoo, here on Central American Set Championships 2014. INM BBTV here in St. Martin. Hazel out.